Hi guys, hi, it's Loz. I thought I'd jump on again live just to catch a few new people because I'm a brand new account. I only started last week and I'm trying to build my account and see how many people would be interested in asking manifestation questions. So if you have any manifesting questions or questions about manifestation, about law of attraction, law of assumption, about trying to create the life you want, ask away. That is what I'm here for. My account is Manifest Live with Loz. I've learned a lot of stuff about manifesting, what not to do, what to do. So please do ask me. I know it's different time zones, so I'm just trying to jump on to see who I'm catching on different time zones. So at the moment where I am, it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I know that in the US, a lot of you are going to bed. Sydney, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Hi, Peachy Dreams. So I'm just trying to catch up on different time zones. I know Asia's still awake, Australia's still awake, London's waking up, and the US is going to bed. And a lot of my viewers are US based, so I thought I'd pop on and see different people. Oh, hang on, I forgot to turn the light on. Oh, that's better. Now you can actually see me. Okay, guys, so do you have any questions for me? Oh, you're from Sydney. Oh, fantastic. That ring light's a bit bright. I'm in Perth. So I used to live in Sydney. I used to live in Randwick. Loved Randwick. So guys, do you have any questions for me about manifesting? So in the last couple of lives, I was talking about manifesting back an ex, manifesting text messages, manifesting a brand new house. I was talking about my stories about how I manifested my brand new car on no credit, how I manifested this house when there's a rental crisis. What else was I talking about with me? Manifesting getting into drama school, all these kind of things that I've done. You can ask me questions about those. Or any questions you have about your personal manifestations you're trying, or any questions you have about the process. Because the reason why I started this account, I was going to just do affirmation videos with my affirmations recorded with lovely relaxing music for people to listen to on loop, because I know that, you know, TikTok, you can just loop the videos and you can go to sleep and drift off with the nice music with the affirmations. But then I got on here and looked at the manifestation TikTok and realized all the misinformation and how confusing it is, and how many confused people there are on here talking to water and angel numbers and 369 technique and the 555 technique and the 333. Or so many techniques. Guys, there is only one technique. It's living in the end. Using your subconscious mind to imagine you already are the man or woman you want to be. That's how you manifest. And you also are manifesting, oh, drama school, I want to go to NIDA. I went there. That's where I went. So if you want to know my NIDA story, I wanted to go to NIDA my whole life, apparently. My mum told me this. Apparently I asked her at 5 years old to ring them up and ask how old I had to be to get in. When I was 5, how did I even know what it was? I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, and I'd done a lot of acting as a teenager and at school and things. And my best friend and I, he was at a boys' school and I was at a girls' school, and he auditioned without telling me. And he got in, and I was so pissed off. And I said, why don't you tell me? And he said, oh, I didn't want to tell anybody just in case I didn't get in. So I was determined to get in the next year. So I decided to enroll in a workshop for auditioning, like getting your pieces together for the audition. Because as you know, NIDA only accepts a certain number of people per year. So about 4,000 people when I used to apply. When I applied, and then they took 26 people a year. So I went and did this audition. I got called back. But whilst I was doing the audition workshop and just before, and whilst I was auditioning, I had learned somewhere, and I don't know where I learned this because I didn't really know about manifesting back then, that to get what you want, you say, I am something already. So I was saying, I am a NIDA student. I am a NIDA student. And I was just saying it in my mind, like, I'm a NIDA student. I am a NIDA student. And I started saying it so often in my mind that it started becoming like, I felt like I was one already, and I was going into the audition like, I'm going to get in here. This is what I wanted my whole life. I am getting in. So my best friend was like, oh, you're a shoo-in. You're definitely going to get in, blah, blah, blah. Everyone was like, oh, of course you're going to get in, blah, blah, blah. They ring me weeks after the audition. I'm waiting and waiting. I'm at my friend's parents' bookshop, because they used to own a bookshop. The guy who got into NIDA, they're expecting me to get in. She rings. She goes, oh, NIDA just called. They're ringing you back. And I was like, we're all excited. And I'm waiting by the phone. And they ring. They go, sorry to inform you, but you didn't get in. And I was so shocked because in my head, I was a NIDA student. And I was like, the fuck? So I was like, okay, thank you. And I put down the phone. I turned around to his mum and I was like, I didn't get in. She was just like, what? But, oh my God. And she was so shocked, and as was I, because in my head, I was a fucking NIDA student because I kept saying, I am a NIDA student. This is the key to manifesting, guys. I am the most powerful words in the whole world. What you claim you are, you become. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. So, I was really disappointed. I didn't even want to tell people that I hadn't got in because everyone was expecting me to get in, and I was devastated. Then, 2.5 weeks later, they ring me back. Oh, you are in. Yeah, yes, motherfucker, of course I am, because I am a NIDA student, is what I felt like saying. Anyway, I went and I graduated, blah, blah, blah. But the moral of this story is, I didn't take no for an answer. Therefore, someone had to move to make it so. So, what Neville Goddard teaches and what all the law of assumption teachers teach, and what the Bible teaches you is, decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee. Meaning, I decreed I was a NIDA student. I believed wholeheartedly that that's what I was. That's what I was going to be. That's who I was now. Now. I believed it now. I am now. Not I'm going to be. I am now. So, what Neville says is, people, whoever needs to move will move. So people will move to make your manifestation happen. Not the universe, but people in your 3D. So someone who had already got in, out of the 26 people, this girl, decided not to take the place. She's accepted. Then she rang them back and said, actually, I'd rather go to WA and go to WAPA, which is the other school that's actually here, to do musical theatre. I don't want to do theatre. So I'm not accepting the place. So the first person they rang was me out of the shortlisted people. And I got in. Whatever needs to move will move. Whoever needs to move will move. That girl had the idea. Bing. I don't really want to go to this school. I want to go to the other school. I never met this girl, but if I ever meet her, I want to thank her because she moved to make it so. So that's what Neville talks about movement. You can't see the movement happening. I didn't know that girl was thinking that. But I kept in my mind that I'm an IDA student. I didn't stray from that. I believed it was happening now. I am that. I am that is the most important thing. I am that. That's what the Bible teaches. I am that. Okay? And I'm not religious. I'm just talking about what the Bible teaches about creation. So that's how I got in, by assuming I already was that student. So if you want to be, oh, that's all right, I'm going to start saying I'm an artist student. Do it. Really do it. And really, really say it. Like, don't tell other people. I didn't tell other people. I just told myself. That's the thing about manifesting, guys. A lot of people act as if they go around putting on wedding rings and acting nuts, and people think they're a nutcase. I didn't go around telling everyone else I was an IDA student. I just told myself, which was telling my subconscious mind, which made it happen. Yes, I can see behind the scenes it's always working. That's the thing. Behind the scenes, there's always movement. You just can't see it, okay? Because if you constantly look at the 3D world, what you guys need to understand about manifesting is this. The 3D is old. It's an old combination of your old assumptions. It's like lagging, okay? It's what you thought last week, last year, last Christmas. It's your thoughts outpictured, your dominant thoughts outpictured. Therefore, it's lagging. Does that make sense? So to change it, you need to have new dominant thoughts in your subconscious, and then your 3D will catch up, okay? So my 3D in that story was showing me that I wasn't in, but I believed I was, okay? So eventually it caught up with what I was assuming to be true. Yes, your thoughts create. Exactly. Your dominant thoughts create. Some people say, oh, I just think a thing and it happens, does it? No. Well, you can do that. Depends how much resistance you have to it. If you have no resistance, you can think it once and it will happen. But if you have some dominant thinking, say, about relationships, and it's really fucked up thinking, like relationships don't work for me, men never commit to me, men always cheat, and you have these dominant subconscious thoughts, you need to replace those. And that's where the persisting comes in, okay? Neville calls it persist until it hardens into fact. He means persist in your affirmations, persist in your visualizations, persist in living in the end until in your 3D it hardens into fact. It becomes fact in your world that you can see with your eyes, but in your mind it's fact. In your mind it's already true. Does that make sense? Anyone got any manifestation questions, guys? Have you got anything you're trying to manifest at the moment? Because you're always manifesting. Just let me know if there's anything you're actually trying to manifest on purpose. Because all this is conscious manifesting. You're always manifesting. So all these accounts on here who are telling you, You know, how to manifest. You're always fucking manifesting. What they're trying to tell you is how to do it for what you want. Where do I find your affirmations? Oh, so if you go in my page and you scroll down, you'll see ones with a filter on. So there's ones with like stars. There's ones with hearts that I just did for Valentine's Day. That wasn't with the nice meditative music and the slow as I normally do. I was just popping a few out there. I've got 3 on there at the moment. One for Valentine's Day to get a Valentine's Day contact from your SP. One for self-concept for being a queen, stepping into your queendom, being treated like a queen. And one for the special girl you are, the lovable girl you are. So there's 3 of them. You just scroll down, look for the ones with the filters. And I have a yellow shirt in 2 of them and a red shirt in the other one. So I'm going to produce more of those. I have one coming up about getting rid of a third party. I have one coming up about being the operant power and the power in your reality and really stepping into your power, and have quite a few coming up, guys, so keep posted. I am manifesting $50,000 to pay off my mortgage. Excellent. But also just manifest paying off the mortgage. Don't worry about the money. Worry about the mortgage being paid, because that may happen in some other way. So some people want a particular thing to happen, but they're worried about the money. They're manifesting the money. You could manifest the mortgage being paid. My mortgage is paid off. I love that I own my house in full. Okay, you can affirm that, and someone might decide to pay it for you. You didn't need to get the 50 grand to do that. You see what I'm saying? I want to manifest a cat. Exactly. So imagine that you hold the cat, you have the cat, visualize you sitting with the cat on the couch, visualize your cat sitting on your lap, visualize it lying on the end of your bed. Okay? And you can say, I love my cat. I love that I have a cat. I love that I got my cat. My cat loves me. Okay? That's your affirmations about the cat. Okay? In unexpected ways. Yes, you never know how that manifestation of the paying off your mortgage is going to happen. That's the unexpected ways. That's the how. You don't worry about the how. You keep persisting in your new visualization, your new affirmations to replace your old thoughts about, I can't pay off my mortgage. But you don't worry about how it's going to happen. That's what I'm saying about it could come in unexpected ways. Who knows what would happen? Like, it's amazing what can happen. Like, people are like, I need money, and suddenly they get in a car accident and have money. I mean, you know, like, you don't know how it's going to happen. So don't worry about the how. Just visualize that you own your house. I'm manifesting my ex back. Maybe he's manifesting to never see me again. No, he can't do that. This is your reality. What he's manifesting doesn't matter. Okay? You guys need to get your head around this. It's just your reality. So what you say goes. Everyone in your reality is based on your assumptions and yours alone. So if you assume he doesn't want to ever see you again, that's what will happen. So stop saying that. By writing that down, he never wants to see me again, or he's manifesting never to see me again, that's literally an affirmation that you just wrote down. An affirmation is simply a dominant thought, something you affirm to be true. The Bible says, decree a thing and it shall be given unto thee, established unto thee. You're decreeing a thing in your writing there. He's manifesting to never see me again. Why would you say that? That's an assumption. That will now manifest. Stop saying that. So what you need to do is do the complete opposite and think that he is imagining being with you again. He can't be without you. He cannot stop thinking about you. He regrets everything that happened. He misses you. He's dying to hear your voice. You and he are together. In your mind, you're already together. Live in the end. You are in a happy, committed relationship with him already. Now. Think about it as if it's happening now in your mind. You are the operant power. Yes. Now, when Neville says you are the operant power, it means it cannot operate itself. Meaning other people can't do it for you, and only you can operate it. Meaning the power within you is not happening from the universe. It's not other people manifesting for you. It's you manifesting your own life. You have the power to do it for yourself. You are the operant power. You can't just think about manifesting and not do it. You have to actually actively change your subconscious thoughts. You have to actively visualize. You don't have to visualize, but you can actively affirm. Actively change your subconscious dominant thoughts. You need to do it, and only you can do it, and no one else can do it for you, and no one else can manifest against what you're trying to do, okay? Because it's your reality, and you create your reality. Awesome, thank you. You're welcome. It's happening within, so powerful. Exactly. As within, so without. That's what that means, guys. I'm not religious. I'm not talking about this as a religious thing. I'm talking about it as what I've learned from Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel Shinn, everyone who interpreted the Bible in different ways in different ancient languages. What happens when two people are manifesting the same person? Exactly what I just said. It's your reality. So nothing they're doing can affect you. Okay? You're in yours. they're in theirs. Parallel realities. They're in their reality, you're in yours, they're in theirs. They can be going off and having a relationship with them in their reality, but in your reality, you're with them. Okay? So don't worry about someone manifesting someone else. They can't possibly do anything against your manifestation. Okay? If you're living in the end in your mind, you're together in your mind. This has changed my life. Yes, look, the reason why I got on here and made an account was I could see how much confusion there was about manifesting, and manifesting really changed my life after years and years of therapy not changing my life. Okay? Because what I learned in 6 months of intense therapy was what my dominant thoughts were, but I didn't learn necessarily how to replace them. I learned to stop. I learned to listen to them, understand what they were, say shut up to them, but I actually wasn't taught in that therapy like how to fully immerse my mind in new thoughts. And that's what affirming is. It's just new dominant thoughts. That's why you have to do it often and every day. Have you ever manifested an SP? Yes. And an ex, and yeah, an ex while I was with my SP. What other questions, guys? Any other questions? In unexpected ways, paying off your mortgage. So, oh guys, there's 9 people here. Hello. So I'm just going on a different time. So I'm Loz, and basically I'm just talking about manifesting in lives. And if anyone has any questions about law of attraction, law of assumption, manifestation, anything, just ask me, because everything I'm talking about, I have learned for myself from my own experience, and everything I've read and learned. So I've watched a lot of fantastic YouTubers in the recent, I'd say 6 months, like Sammy Ingram, like Pluto's Gate, Caleb at Pluto's Gate. I love his channel. Sammy's amazing. She has an amazing group on Facebook with lots of wonderful success stories. Amanda from Create Your Future. So these are all YouTube channels I would recommend, guys, because they talk properly about manifesting. Not talking about that universe bullshit. Okay, they're talking about the power of your mind to create, because it's always creating. Now you just want to create what you do want. So they're the 3 channels I would recommend on YouTube. Sammy Ingram, Pluto's Gate, and Create Your Future. I love Sammy and Caleb. Yes, so do I. I'm in Sammy's group and Caleb's group. I only just joined Caleb's group because I didn't realize he had one, but I'm very active in Sammy's group. And Kimberly's, yeah, I'm active in her group, but her old videos are ridiculous. She craps on about the universe and then she changed her mind. She needs to delete all of those because it's ridiculous. But yeah, the penny finally dropped. So yeah, I'm in her group too. I talk a lot in her group. I answer a lot of questions in her group, actually, because there's no forum in there for asking questions. So I normally answer a lot of questions in there. Hi, can I draw or write down my manifestations and look at them each day to help? Of course. Look, scripting, if scripting helps you, I have a journal and sometimes I write shit down. I wrote down exactly what I wanted my car to look like. But I will say this. If you're writing it down, you've got to be thinking it whilst writing it. You can't be doing that 369 thing or the 55 by 5 by going, such and such and I happily married, such and such and I, John and I happily married, John and I happily married, John and I happily married, John and I happily married. If you're not thinking it and you're thinking, what am I going to have for dinner? I wish John would marry me. Why hasn't John married me yet? Why hasn't John texted me? Fuck, he's an asshole. If you're thinking those things whilst writing it down, you're not actually doing anything. The scripting's wonderful if you really live in the end when you're writing it down. Write a script of the love letter you want them to write to you, the love text, okay? But really start living in the end in your mind that that's a real text. Send a text to yourself from your own number. Put their name, send a text to yourself. But read it as if it's real. Okay, because the writing stuff down, guys, only works really if you're thinking it while you're writing it. You're impressing your subconscious mind whilst writing it. Vainly just affirming. It's the same as doing this. John and I happily married, 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 John and I. A lot of people affirm like that. They think, oh, I did 38,000 affirmations today. That's got to work. No. Because it turned into gobbledygook in your mind. It doesn't even know what you're saying. You're not saying it with authority. John and I are happily married. That motherfucker and I are married. God damn it. Okay? Say it with some authority. Say it with some oomph. Say it with some power behind you. Say as if you mean it. Decree a thing. Okay? You're not just going, John and I are happily married. John and I are happily, and being sad about it. Doesn't matter what emotion you feel, but do it with some. I've watched a lot of videos and they complicate everything. You make it's so simple. So thanks. Oh, thank you. Look, I got into the law of attraction a long time ago, and then really luckily discovered Neville pretty much straight away after that, because I was lost with law of attraction for a long time. Does your SP feel anything when you're manifesting them? Yes, they do. They feel like they want to call you. They feel like they're thinking about you. They feel like horny when you're talking about sexual shit. Guys, we are all one. Every religion teaches you that everyone is one. There's no other. Okay? I am you and you are me and we are all one. If that is true, which I totally believe it is, then while you're talking about them, to them, especially to them, affirming, John and I are happily married. He can't stop thinking about me. He gets horny when he goes to work. He's totally distracted thinking about me. He can't get hard for anyone else. Sorry, PG-18. But you know what I mean? If you start saying that and you say it enough, they'll start thinking it. That's what happens, guys. That's why ESP happens and people ring you when you've thought of them and you say, oh my God, I was just thinking about you. You're sending it out to them because you're all one. We're all connected. So don't think just because someone's on the other side of the world, you can't talk to them. You absolutely can. I sent a telepathic message to someone and it worked. Have you ever done it before? That's what it is. It's telepathy. Guys, there's a CIA document from like 1935 saying that telepathy and mind power is real. And it's been hidden in coffers since the 30s. I've got a copy of it. There's a link to it now. The links are open to these private CIA locked documents. And one of them is a major expose about mind power. Because that's how they get people to do things. You don't think that they're repetitively telling you the same shit all the time on the news? I'll tell you something about Donald Trump. And I don't care if you like him or not. I'm just telling you information. Donald Trump's family were avid followers of a guy called Norman Vincent Peale. And Norman Vincent Peale wrote the book, The Power of Positive Thinking. And what he taught was repetition gets things in people's minds and they start to believe you. Think about how often Donald Trump says the same thing. Oh, it's going to be great. It's beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be the greatest. He says it about everything. Then he says, let's make America great again. Let's make America great again. He repeats himself all the fucking time. It's not because he's got Alzheimer's. It's because he learned that repetition gets in people's minds like Hitler did. Hitler would repeat the same shit over and 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 over. After a while, people started believing him. Because repetition sinks into your subconscious mind. That's how repetitious thought fucks up your life, because you're repetitively thinking the same shit. It's funny how he does everything I affirm. Yeah, probably does. Oh, you mean your ex, or you talk about Donald Trump? I've manifested to be in my ex's dream and it worked. I've even tested it on my brother. I was so shocked. Amazing. Yeah, you can do that. Wait, what's Norman's last name? Who's Norman? Oh, Norman Vincent Peale. I've read the book. I mean, he's got a couple of excellent videos on YouTube where he talks about mind power and how he learned about it. There's one excellent talk he does where he talks about when the magazine he was writing was failing and he didn't realize about mind power, and this woman stepped in and they were all talking about how they have a money problem, and she said, no, you have a thinking problem. And she taught them that they were all thinking the problem and not thinking of the solution, not living in the solution. And she taught him that you have to think of the solution, not the problem. Norman Vincent Peale. But I would also recommend, above him, I would recommend Neville Goddard, Florence Scovel Shinn, who is before Neville. So she was like in the early 1900s and 1920s and 30s. Neville started in the 30s, 40s, 50s. Then there's Joseph Murphy, who also learned from the same teacher as Neville called Abdullah, and he was a Ethiopian rabbi who taught how to translate the Bible in many Hebraic and different foreign languages, and understood the Bible was about creation and taught Neville and wanted Neville to pass the word on. And then there's also, who else? They're the three teachers I would recommend. How do you manifest to show up in people's dreams? I don't know. I haven't done that. You have to ask someone else. I am manifesting a message and I see the exact message in my dream. Do you know if it's a good sign? Well, look, your dreams are your subconscious working through the night, working through your emotions, working through your thoughts. Okay, so you can give the meaning to that it is doing that it is giving you what you want. You give meaning to things, guys. Whatever you want to give meaning to, decide. It's like a tarot. You can go to a tarot reading and decide that it's true or decide it's not. Okay, so if you want that to mean that your manifestation is going to come and the text is coming, then Tell your mind that. Oh, that's what that means. That's what I'm saying about signs. Everyone on here keeps talking about angel numbers. They don't mean anything, guys, unless you give them the meaning that they mean something. Belief is what gives this thing meaning. It's like a placebo drug, and someone else gets a drug in a testing trial. Everyone thinks they've got the real drug, and these people think they've got the real drug, but these people don't. It still works because these people believe it's working. It's like the trial they did on a whole lot of people who had knee reconstructions. They opened up people's knees in one group and opened up people's knees in this group. In this group, they did nothing to their knee. In this group, they gave the reconstruction to them. And this group healed, their knee healed and was reconstructed as well as this group. Because they looked down at their leg and saw a scar and thought that they'd had the operation. They hadn't. And it was just proof in the medical field that mind power is more important than what you're actually doing. Everything is meaningless unless we put meaning on it. Yes. Okay, so it's like someone who's dying of cancer. They can choose to give up or not. And lots of people die because they've been told they're dying. That's why some people go into doctors and say, don't tell me, I don't want to know. I go into the vet with my 19-year-old cat and I just say, give me the medicine. Because to me, the medicine's a placebo. And they say, it'll do nothing. I go, whatever. And a year later, my cat's still alive. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. I'll tell them what I want to hear. Okay? So they'll go in, there'll be a cyst on her back, and they'll go, oh, Lauren, it doesn't look good. I'll go, Just take her out the back and do a biopsy. And while they're out the back, I'm affirming, it's only a cyst. It's just, no, I was saying, I remember she went outside and there was this big lump on my cat's back, and I was saying, it's just a cyst. It's just a cyst. She's going to come out and say, it's just a cyst. It's just a cyst. It's just a cyst. It's just a cyst. Right? And she had told me that the cat was probably dying before she went outside. She came back in with a needle full of fluid. She goes, oh, look, it's just a cyst. Don't worry, it's just a cyst. It's just fluid. It's a clear fluid. It's absolutely fine. Okay? You tell people what you want them to say with your mind. Any questions, guys? This is obviously not a very good time to go live because there's only 6 people, and last time I had almost 20 people. So I'm just going to go live randomly during the week, guys, and the weekends at different times just to establish when people are around, because I'm in a completely different time zone than most people. I mean, most people don't live in Perth. Hardly anyone's here. It's the arse end of the world. Do you have any tips on how to keep believing even when the manifestations seem unrealistic? Well, nothing's unrealistic, darling. Stop telling yourself that. Okay? You can do and be and have anything you want. All right? So just tell yourself that, first of all. Secondly, you need to believe in your power. You need to start looking at the shit you've already created and realize that was you, and start believing in yourself. You are the operant power. You create your reality. Start believing that. Okay? And the more you believe that, the more you can live in your mind and live in the end. And when the 3D isn't showing you shit, it doesn't matter because you're up here knowing it is done. That's what Neville calls completion. You know it's done, so you don't worry about what's happening in the outside world. Don't worry that it seems unrealistic. You think people like Oprah, when she was living in Mississippi, the most racist place in the entire of the USA at the time, in the 50s, thought she would be the world's richest woman, black woman? But she believed that there was something about her that was different from everyone else. She used to go up to her kindergarten teacher and say, this is below me. Haven't you got anything else? She knew how special she was when she was a child. And she actually stopped talking at one point. She even stopped. I think there was a story about Oprah not talking from the age when she was molested until she was 12. She didn't speak. And that entire time she just kept in her mind, like, I am special. I'm more special than anyone. And the belief that she's always had, and why I think Oprah is so powerful, that she says, with God, anything is possible. And she believes that God is in her, so she believes that anything is fucking possible to her. It doesn't matter what people say, she will do it because she believes so strongly in the God in her that she doesn't take any no for an answer from anyone. She manifested being in the colour purple when she wasn't even an actor. She manifested having her own network after everyone told her that finishing Oprah would be the worst idea ever. Okay? Don't listen to what other people say, and don't look at the 3D and get thrown off your manifestation. Believe it's realistic. It's realistic because it's in your mind. Don't worry about anything else. Persist. Yes, exactly. Persist, persist, persist until it hardens into fact. What Neville calls the facts of the world, he says don't worry about the facts. People say to you, oh, you can't do that because of X. You think all those people that became famous, like Oprah, cared what anyone fucking thought? Meryl Streep used to go into auditions and they'd say to her, your nose is funny looking and you know, you're funny looking. And she'd say, thank you for your opinion, but somebody else will want me. She didn't give a shit what they said. She knew she was the greatest actor of all time. She didn't give a shit what anyone said to her in an audition, and she knew that eventually people would know who she was. She fully had self-belief. Every single person I know that's famous, and I know a few, because I went to drama school, I know quite a few people, they all had enormous self-belief. Or a huge point to prove. Some of them have a huge point to prove to an annoying parent, a parent who told them they couldn't be an actor or whatever. But they believed it. They were like, I'm going to do this. No one's going to stop me. Okay? Self-belief. Do you always need to be positive to manifest? No! All you need to do is replace your negative thinking with positive thoughts. Okay? So if your negative habitual thinking is I'm not good enough, you replace that with I'm perfection, I'm perfect, I'm more than good enough, I'm enough. But you don't have to feel positive to do it. I can be saying, I am enough. I am motherfucking good enough, and be screaming and yelling and angry about my outside world not showing me that. I don't have to be fucking positive to do it. I don't have to be happy and joy, joy, joy. Abraham Hicks says joy is the key. It's such a load of shit. I manifest shit all day long being angry. You don't have to be positive. You just have to replace your negative thinking with positive thoughts, because your habitual negative thinking is out picturing into your world. So stop that shit that you're thinking about yourself. Change your thinking into positive thoughts about you. You have to change you first, and then the world will change. There is no one to change but self. That's what Neville calls it. No one to change but you. Do you always need to be positive? How often do you meditate? I don't meditate. Sorry for all the questions. Can I affirm all my manifestations at the same time, mix them together? Absolutely. I have in my phone, I'll show you, in my reminders, in my calendar, here's today, there's all my affirmations. Can you see? Affirm for the girl I am. Affirm my power. Affirm for my body. I have different ones on the hour, and I normally forget. But I separate them. So I'll have, I am the operant power. You have no free will. You do what I say. You do what I think. So I only think good things about me now. They're my affirmations for my power. And I'll repeat them on a loop for about 5 minutes. Next one's for the girl I am. There is no girl in the whole world like me. Once you've met me, you love me, and you cannot be without me, because I'm the most lovable girl in the world. They're my affirmations for who I am, my self-concept. Then I have affirmations for my relationship, for my career, for whatever, on the hour. You can mix them up all together if you want, but try not to have too many at once, because you can't remember them all. But little pockets of ones you can remember. And I recommend that you also only work on a few things at once. Don't try and manifest like 500 things in your life at once. Just maybe work on 5 important things. Career, relationship, building up your self-concept is most important. A new car, that's it. Pick your main ones. Self-concept, change self, and everything will change in the 3D. Why are you so smart, user 725? Whatever your name is. Hello, you are very, very intelligent about this stuff. You know what you're talking about. Self-concept is this. Now, people think it's self-love. It's not. Your concept of yourself is who you think you are, who you think and believe you are. So if you believe you're a person who is lovable, but you also have the belief that relationships don't work out for me because you watch your divorced parents and you always think relationships end in divorce, then people will love you, and then people will leave you and you'll end up being left. Or you could think, I am not chosen, I'm not the priority, because the way you were treated as a child, maybe you weren't the favourite child or whatever. And then the person in your relationship will start off giving you prioritization, will start choosing you, and then will slowly reflect that thought that you have, that dominant thought you have about your self-concept of I'm not chosen. They will start making your priority less and less and less. And you'll think, why does this keep happening to me? Okay, if you look at all your relationships, a lot of the time they're very similar, and you think, I attract the same kind of people. Why am I attracting the same guys? You're not. You've got the same thoughts about you. You've got the same self-concept about you. That's what you need to change. That's why your relationship ends up the same all the time. That's why your career ends up the same all the time. That's why you keep having fights with your family all the time. It's your thoughts about your family, your thoughts about your job in relation to you. No one ever chooses me at work. I don't get promoted. My family and I always argue. My family is so fucked up. My parents have issues. What are your thoughts? What is your concept of you, other people, and your relationships? Okay? Figure those out, change them, turn them into affirmations to affirm what you actually want, and swear to you, your life will change. My name is Colleen. I have been studying this for a while and just found you. Oh, Brian. Hi, Colleen. Congratulations to you for finding this stuff out earlier, because a lot of people don't, and they get very confused for a very long time, and they go down the rabbit hole of the fucking law of attraction thinking things are doing stuff for them outside of them, and they get hella confused. I changed my work environment, my relationships. This is powerful stuff. Exactly. All this is, guys, is you. You are the operant power, and your subconscious mind runs your fucking life. Think about this logically. Your subconscious mind is like 90% of your thinking. Your conscious mind is like, was it 90 or was 1? Your conscious mind is 1%. What is happening the rest of the time? You don't even know what's happening. You're not even conscious of your subconscious. That's why it's called your subconscious. So you've got to replace the shit that's in there, that's been sitting in there forever. Your subconscious thoughts are based on what you saw as a child from the age of 0 to 7, what you experienced as a child, what you were told as a child, what your authorities told you was right. So if parents said to you, money doesn't grow on trees, I can't get you a new bicycle, money doesn't grow on trees, I'm not made of money. I used to hear that. I'm not made of money. Money doesn't grow on trees. My mum used to say that to me all the time. So I have a real broke-ass mentality. I did for a long time. I was a real tight-ass because that's what I was told my whole time in childhood. And I watched my parents going bankrupt. I watched them losing money, making money, losing money, making money, losing money. So I had this thing about got to hold on to money. I'm a very good saver because of those thoughts from childhood that you lose money, that money doesn't grow on trees. You could watch your parents fight and think relationships don't work. There's always conflict. Okay? You could have had people tell you you're fat when you were younger, and it sticks with you even when you're thin. I have friends who are stick thin and they still look in the mirror as the fat person. That's why anorexic girls and guys will look in the mirror and not see that they're anorexic, because all they're seeing is their self-concept that they've always had. And they can look in the mirror and they don't see that they've changed. And they can't see, they're starving themselves. They're physically, their eyes can't, their subconscious isn't seeing that new person that's thin. They're just seeing the person that's old. There's a brilliant book called Psycho-Cybernetics by, what is this guy's name? And it is talking about the theatre of your mind is stuck in your childhood, and your self-image, you need to change your self-image. You know, like, have you ever seen that picture? There's like a little tiny lion cub and he's looking in the mirror and he sees a lion, a big lion. That's how you've got to see yourself. You don't want to be the big lion looking at the little lion cub. Okay? You want to be the opposite. You want to build yourself up, your self-concept up, and that will outpicture in the world. So what he talks about in Psycho-Cybernetics, this book, he was a plastic surgeon in the 1950s, and he would say repair someone's face who'd been in a tragic car accident and their face was all deformed, and he would show them their face with the mirror afterwards and they couldn't see the difference. Or he'd replace do a breast reconstruction as someone who was born without a breast, and they would still hate them and think their breasts look wrong and they look perfect. And he was like, what? I'm showing you the mirror. Why can't you see it? And he realised their self-concept of what they look like and who they were was so ingrained in their subconscious mind that he needed to write a book for all the people that he was doing plastic surgery for, because none of them were seeing themselves any differently. That's why people go and get plastic surgery after plastic surgery after plastic surgery, because even having the surgery doesn't help them with their self-concept. The concept of themselves is the problem. I'm sorry to keep asking similar questions, but I don't necessarily have to stick to a certain set of affirmations, right? I would, because it's the repetitive thought that you're trying to put in your mind. So you don't have to say it exactly the same every time, but riff on a theme. If your self-concept affirmations are, I am the queen of my reality, I get everything I want, okay, they're your two, about your power and that you're up on a pedestal, you could say, I'm a fucking princess. Everyone treats me like one. I'm the queen and I'm high up on a throne. Everyone treats me like a queen. Riff on that, okay? Then the I get everything I want. I'm the operant power. I get everything I want. Everyone obeys me. Okay? They're riffing on the theme of I get everything I want. You're trying to put the same thoughts in your mind. You're trying to replace that old shit. Just think about the fact that you've got old shit in there that's been repetitive for years. Think about how old you are. I'm in my 40s, so I've got 40 years of that repetitive shit. You've got to repeat it enough that it replaces the old shit. I'm the queen of my reality. What I want wants me. Beautiful. Love it. Have you manifested money because I want to, but struggle a bit? Read what you just wrote. You struggle with money. Therefore, you will keep struggling with money until you stop saying, I struggle with money. Stop affirming, which is just your thought, that you struggle. If you hear yourself saying, it's hard, I struggle, I have issues, I need to fix XYZ, Stop saying that shit. That's literally blocking you from getting what you want because you're actually affirming with your words you want. You're affirming in your mind, oh, I'm struggling. Okay? So start replacing your money, broke-ass mindset, money thoughts with no broke-ass mindset, money thoughts. Money comes to me quickly and easily. I am a money magnet. Ching, ching, ching goes a money tree. What's that song? I think of it and it comes to me. There's a great song called Ching, Ching, Ching Goes a Money Tree. Listen to it. It's really good. It's just affirmations about money. Okay? Start thinking you're a money magnet. Okay? There's a Japanese tradition that you give out the money when you pay for something. You say, arigato. And that means thank you and come back with your friends. So you're like, thanking the money? Thank you, money. Come back with your friends. It means I'm giving it away because I know it's going to come back. You have a belief that the money's coming back to you. Don't give it away being fearful of, oh, God, I have to pay another bill. Go, thank you, arigato. Money comes back to me. My mortgage is paid in full. Yes, you're rich already. Yes, think you're rich already. Change the story. Okay, I am rich and wealthy and have so much money. Guys, seriously, I'm not joking. You've got to start thinking you already are the man or woman you want to be. You can't be thinking broke-ass thoughts and think money is going to come to you. It won't. You become who you think about, who you think you are, not what you want. My mortgage is paid in full. Yes. I love that song. Yes, the money tree. Look it up. I don't know where it is. And there's also another hilarious one where a guy gets out of a boot of a car. I don't know if you've seen this one. And he goes, where the money resides, where the money resides. It's hilarious. So a couple of people have some really good memes on YouTube and stuff at the moment, or just on social media at the moment about money. Where the money resides, look up where the money resides and the money tree song. Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. And also stuff about money. Like think about those songs that really like those rap songs and R&B songs that are about, like, think about Cardi B's stuff about Red Souls. What's the Bodak Yellow? You know what I mean? Like the way she sings, she's talking about, I have fucking heaps of money. Because she went from a stripper to having shit tons of money. Now, how did she do that? She started believing that she was the shit. She was going to have all that money. She was rich already. She was a rap star, even though people thought she was a joke at first because she was so funny. And she was on a reality show, and everyone was like, you're not going to be a rapper. And now look how successful she is because she believes it. Have you heard of shifting to fictional realities? 100% believe in it. I don't know about fictional realities. Everything's fiction. Well, there is no fiction. It's just you. It's just your mind. So you can go from the reality you're in now to the next one. It's just a parallel reality. It's like a different reality. You're putting yourself in your new reality. You create it, so you can just create a new reality. So yes, but you create the reality you're in with your thoughts. So just create a new one with new thoughts. What is the best way to kill doubts? Honestly, start believing you are God. I know this sounds fucked up if you're religious. But read the Bible again and understand that it's telling you the whole way through the fucking Bible that you are God. You are God. Jesus Christ is in you. What do you think Jesus is doing when he's like getting loaves and fishes and healing people? He's like going, hello, you can do this too. I'm just a man. I'm just a man with godly powers. How about that? That's also you. Okay? Start believing in your power. You know, like think about the Wizard of Oz, the movie. She searches and searches and searches for this wizard to give her the answers to get back to Kansas. And when she gets there, it's a giant machine. And then a little man comes out. Hello. And she realizes, and Glenda says to her, the power was always in you, my dear. The power was with you all along. She was searching for something that didn't exist. The power was in her the whole time. All she had to do was imagine herself back in Kansas, click her heels 3 times and she was back there. That's what it's, all these movies and books and everything are trying to tell you that the power is within you. That's what Star Wars is about. The Force is with you, but it should say in you, but that's what Yoda's telling you. What does he say about, what does Yoda say about do not try? There is no try? There is no try. When did you first come across manifestation? Did you struggle at all to begin with? Oh my God, fuck, I struggled my whole goddamn life. I didn't really figure this properly out until a couple of years ago and really get it working for myself until this year. Or maybe the end of last year. Okay? So it's taken me this long and I'm 43 and I discovered The Secret and stuff when I was younger. Then I got into every self-help book I could read. I watched Bob Proctor. I listened to, Tony Robbins. I was listening to every motivational blah, blah, blah. I even watched every single Gary Vaynerchuk video that known to man. Like I was lost. then I found Neville Goddard, and I was like, this makes sense. But at first it was really, really hard to listen to because he talks about the fucking Bible, and I was like, what is this guy going on about? And because he talks in oldie worldy language, his lectures are sometimes hard to understand at first, but when you get used to it, I would recommend, if you want to listen to one, listen to the one called Living in the End. It's probably his best and most popular lecture. Okay. And there's also a channel called Nevolution, and that girl Lila reads his lectures that weren't recorded, because a lot of them were recorded, but hundreds more weren't. And that's a beautiful channel, and you can lie there and listen to her. She takes excerpts out of his lectures. But I discovered him, and it really changed my life. And I went to a Facebook group about Neville Goddard and learned a lot from them. But then also I kind of dropped out of the group because it was very cult-like. It was only about visualization. They didn't believe in affirming. And I thought, well, hang on, affirmations have worked for me, so surely they work. And they were like, oh, Neville told not to affirm. And I'm like, no, he didn't. One of Neville's biggest affirmations he always tells everybody is isn't it wonderful? If things are going bad for you, just say, isn't it wonderful? Or you say, I remember when I was poor. God, it was shit. I remember when I didn't have a nice house. I remember when my car wasn't new and spectacular. I remember that. Isn't that terrible? You're thinking in the past about something that happened, but you're now living in the now, living in the end now, using I remember when. That's an affirmation. Okay, isn't it wonderful? That's a blanket affirmation. To be honest, I can't listen to his stuff because I don't understand some stuff, but he's the OG. Yeah, look, Neville is hard to take at first, and I really had to listen to some of his lectures like maybe 15, 20 times until it really sunk in what he was saying. So I get it now. And when I read the book, I get it. There's certain books that are a lot easier to understand. The Law and the Promise is very easy to understand, and Feeling is a Secret is very easy to understand, because the Law and the Promise, he actually gives you examples of people, getting houses and cars and careers, and he uses actual examples of success stories. I think I was in that group. Oh, God. That group. I mean, all that guy manifests is a secondhand BMW and some secondhand meat. It's all right, but it's very cult-like, and I don't like it. Do you believe that we can manifest immortality because there is infinite realities? Well, you are immortal. Once you die, you don't go anywhere. It's just your meat dies. Everyone's immortal. Yes. So, absolutely. Immortality. You are spirit. You are gods in a human form, having a human existence. When you have any more questions? I usually don't resonate with her, but I'll check it out. Thanks. Who am I talking about? Resonate with who? Money flows in and out of my life. My bank account is full. Money loves me. Yes, that's excellent. They're great affirmations. I love those. People have shifted to Hogwarts and other fictional realities. Oh, well, if you want to go to Hogwarts, go ahead. Any more questions, guys? Otherwise, I'll log off. Oh, Lenore Alexandra. I've never actually watched her, but I remember Sammy, who I watch. She, I think, started watching Lenore, and we were both in the same Neville Goddard group on Facebook, Sammy and I at the same time, and her mum. And, yeah, she talks about Lenore. She said that she learned from her, but she got confusing. I've actually never found her videos. I guess she's on YouTube, is she? The people I watch are Sammy Ingram, Pluto's Gate, and Create Your Future. Who else? Do you believe that we can manifest immortality? Any more questions, guys, about manifestation? Do you have any more questions? Let me see if I've missed any. Yeah. Change the story. Yeah, that's an excellent point. Changing the story. Caleb at Pluto's Gate is an excellent teacher of changing the old story that you hold about yourself and others. Okay, if you want to know how to really manifest, go and watch his videos. I watch them too. Yes. So what Caleb teaches, and this is what Neville teaches, is you have to change the old man to become the new man. So I said this in my last live, if you joined me then, that you can't put old wine, what does it say? You can't put new wine in old barrels. That's what it says in the Bible. Meaning, if you're still your old self, you can't have this new reality when you're your old self. You need to change you to step into the new reality that you want. So you can't be thinking, relationships never work out for me, men always leave me, men always cheat, and then go, I'm happily married, I'm happily married, I'm happily married. You can't be thinking, I'm wealthy and money comes to me so easily, and then be like, but money doesn't grow on trees. That's old you thinking. You've got to get rid of this shit first before you can step into this shit. Do you understand? Got to be the new you. Same with the person. If you want someone to change, you have to see them as the new person. You can't keep holding on to the old thoughts about them. You can't keep harping onto your friends about how much of an asshole they were or how they mistreated you or how they did this and that. Because you're holding on to the old story about them. You need to see them anew. You've got to see the new version of them. You've got to steep them in the new version that you see. They're loving to you. They say only kind things. They treat you like a princess, okay? They're not an asshole. If you start saying they're an asshole to other people, but you're trying to say, he loves me, and then you're bitching to your best friend, oh, but when he said this to me, he's such an asshole. You're holding on to the old story about him, but you're trying to change him into this person who loves you. It won't work. Can't put new wine in old barrels. Double-minded. Yes, that's what's being called double-mindedness. You're doing one thing in your mind, but actually at the same time in your mind, you're thinking the opposite. You cannot do that shit. Thank you for that. I forgot about double-minded. Best way to affirm, oh, I missed that. Best way to affirm getting money back that's owed to me. So just assume the person gives it back to you. Like assume it's in your bank account. Imagine seeing the money in your bank account. Imagine them handing it physically to you if you want it that way. Imagine them ringing you a phone call and them saying, oh, I've put that money in your bank. Okay? Just imagine, visualize you having the money. Okay? I don't want to affirm this, but I'm learning to completely let go of the old story. Yeah, no, that's fine. You're not affirming when you're saying it. You're just saying, letting go of the old story. I'm letting go of it. You can say, I am now the best version of me. I am now the version who's let go of all the old story. Because I changed the old story, XYZ is now possible. Because I changed my story, I now have this. That's an excellent affirmation. Because I changed the story, I now am happily married. Because I changed my story, I am now immensely wealthy. Because I changed my story, such and such has changed. My person. Because I changed my story, my family and I get along like a house on fire. Because I changed my story, I am blissfully happy. Do I persist when negative thoughts sometimes get in the way? Any tips? Look, guys, negative thoughts will pop in. That's fine. Don't beat yourself up, okay? Cry it out if you need to. Have a scream and a yell. Spiral for a minute, for 10 minutes, and then jump back on the horse. Go back in your mind, live in the end again. Don't beat yourself up because you felt negative. I do sometimes. I sit down and cry about stuff that hasn't happened. And I think, why hasn't this happened yet? But the more you think why hasn't happened, the more you're telling your mind it hasn't happened. Just stop, let your emotions out, get it all out, and then start again. Should I create a new story and visualize to help change from the old story? Absolutely. So what's the new story about you? Think, what am I trying to change about me? If I felt unlovable, I am now lovable. I have a lot of body issues, guys. So I have a beautiful affirmation video coming up that I recorded, and the first time I tried recording it, I cried, so I had to re-record it because it really affects me because they're my own affirmations about my body, and I have always had very long-held body issues, and so the affirmations are helping me get rid of those. So what you need to do is have an uncritical assessment of self, as Neville would say. Go into your mind and think, what is it I think about myself? What's the negative shit I think? All day long. Write those down. Don't beat yourself up. Be uncritical of yourself. Don't be critical of yourself. Just write them down. Okay, I'm not good enough. I'm too fat. Such and such won't love me because of X, Y, Z. My family never choose me. Whatever those things are. And draw a line down the side of the page. And on the other side, write the opposite. And that's your new affirmation. I am perfection. My body is beautiful. Such and such has always loved me. My family and I have always been happy together. You can say always because that implies it's always been happening forever. Okay, it's like revision. And then persist in those new affirmations about you. That's why I'm saying, guys, changing the story about you is the most important thing with manifesting. Everyone gets obsessed with changing the other person. It's not changing the other person, it's changing you and your beliefs, okay? Can't wait to listen to your affirmations. Your words are powerful. Thank you. I have 3 affirmation videos already. I just put in a quick one yesterday about Valentine's Day. They don't have the meditative music and do it as slowly as I normally do. It was just ideas for affirmations. It's got love hearts on it. It says affirmations for Valentine's Day, contact for Valentine's Day from your SP. But I have 2 other ones. I'm wearing a yellow shirt. One's got look for the ones with filters. Okay, so I've got ones with stars, and that's about the lovable girl that you are. And I've got ones with flair on it, and that's about the queen that you are, stepping into your queendom. And if you're a guy, you can use that I am a king, and I am treated like a king. I'm high up on my throne, looking down on everyone. Okay, you can use that if you're a guy. Okay, Or if you're gay, you can say, I'm a queen. I'm treated like a queen. Okay, so use those affirmations. Listen to them at night. Lie in bed. They're very relaxing music. Let the TikTok loop. And just listen. And I'll say, I am a queen. You say, I am a queen. And I'm treated like a queen. And I am treated like a queen. Okay? You say it to yourself. All right? Or say it over the top of me. And I'm going to do a lot more. I have one for getting rid of a third party. I have a lot coming up about your power. I'm going to do more because that's what the purpose of my channel. But I've just had so many people asking me questions. I keep doing question answer videos because I have so many people asking me. We are queens. Yes, exactly. Thank you for speaking the truth. It makes me laugh when I see others burning sage and talking to crystals. Look, it's just their belief about the crystal. It's the belief about the sage. If you want to burn a fucking piece of sage, go ahead. Okay? But it's your belief in the thing. It's like a crucifix or whatever. It's just your belief in it. How do you loop? I'm new to this. So looping is just saying it over and over and over again, but not like this. So I'll explain how not to affirm. So Sammy Ingram does very good videos on talking about doing it with authority, okay? Because why people think Neville didn't teach affirmations, he says, do not do vain affirmations, vainly doing it as if you're doing it like this. John and I happily married, 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 John and I happily... These people who think they're doing it 38,000 times a day, therefore it's impressing their subconscious mind. What they're really doing while they're saying, John and I are happily married, they're thinking, what am I having for dinner? What am I having for dinner? John's an asshole. Wish John was here. Why hasn't he called me? They're not actually impressing their subconscious mind. This is how you do it. John and I are happily married. John and I, we are so happily, blissfully married. I love being married to John. John and I have always been happily married. You're doing it with authority. It doesn't have to be feeling. You can put feeling behind it if it helps you, but that's not necessary. It's the feeling it is done. I love being married to John. John and I are so happily married. And you loop it and you loop it, meaning you say it over and over, but you do it with authority. You don't go, John and I happily married, John and I happily married. That's not looping it. Looping it is maybe doing it, say, for 3 minutes and saying the same thing or different affirmations for 3 minutes. Say you have 4 or 5 different affirmations for 3 minutes. That's looping. Same with visualization. You can loop your visuals. Have a scene, think of it for 10 seconds, think of it again, think of it again. That's looping. I burn sage and it's just a tool. Yeah, they're all placebos, guys. They're all just tools to use. If crystals works for you, do it. If sage works for you, absolutely do it. Yes, does it loop over and over in your videos? Yes, it does. So it loops twice in the video, and then if you let TikTok keep running, it just loops until TikTok turns off. Okay, so it goes, affirmations for the queen you are. Repeat after me. I am a queen and I'm treated like a queen. And there's a gap. And I probably don't leave a big enough gap because there's only enough time for 60 seconds. But there's those two, the ones about the queen and the girl you are, and one about Valentine's Day, which probably not good for looping. You just maybe remember those ones that I've said. But I'm going to do a lot more coming up. Actually, I might put the third party one up tomorrow because that's a beautiful one. It's blue, me in a blue filter, and it's about being irreplaceable and you're too important to lose. And it's great if you're feeling like someone's left you and they've gone off with someone else, or you feel like someone's rejected you for a job, or you've been rejected in some way. It's really good affirmations. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? There's only 9 people here. Okay, I might log off, but if you have any more questions, guys, please do ask me. I'm youthful, my body is amazing, and I love how I look in the mirror. Oh, that's excellent. And look in the mirror and say that to yourself. I love that shit. Telling yourself you're youthful works. Look at J-Lo. Her affirmation is, what is it? I'm youthful and timeless at every age. I'm youthful and timeless at every age. Look how young she looks. There are people saying that manifesting is like praying. Well, yes, it is. That's what the Bible tells you. Pray you have received it and you will. Thinking it, I've received it. Then you'll receive it. That's what I'm talking about living in the end is. You think you've received it already. You're living in the end as if it's already done. That's like praying. That's why praying works for some people. Any tips on truly feeling the visualization when you're feeling sad? Guys, you don't have to feel it. This is a law of attraction hooey. You don't have to feel anything. You just have to feel it's done. Feel the feeling of completion. Like that scene, I'm stepping into that person. You don't have to feel like, if you're stepping into a scene of a wedding, you don't have to feel overjoyed and feel the tears rolling down your face and feeling as happy as you would feel on the day when you're visualizing. Just do the visual. Oh, they're in my wedding dress and I'm standing here with my husband. Isn't it nice? Just do the scene. You don't have to feel anything, guys. The feeling is completion. The feeling is feeling it is done, not feelings, not emotions. That's not necessary. They will come later. If they do, they do. And if they don't, they don't. But every feeling you have in your body is generated first by a thought. So don't, whatever you do, think that you need to feel things. It's complete bullshit. Believe it and you will receive it. Yes, believe you have received it and you will. It's told everywhere. Any tips for truly feeling anymore? Any tips for truly feeling the visualization? I'm curious, do you believe in signs? No, I don't believe in signs, and I'll tell you why. Because they're just whatever meaning you give to them. You can look for signs if you want, but I'm telling you right now, this is what happens when you look for signs. You're trying to tell your subconscious mind that you live in the end. I live in the end. I'm happily married. John and I are happily married. Where's the sign showing me that I'm happily married? If you look for a sign about being happily married, you're telling your subconscious mind, you've told it that you're happily married. It's saying, oh, we're happily married, we're happily married. Then you're saying to it, I'm just going to check if we're happily married. I just want a sign to see that it's coming. And then your subconscious mind goes, hang on, wait, we're confused. I thought we were married, and now what? We're not married, we're looking for signs. So now we're not. So it jumps out of the reality of being married and jumps into the reality of not being married. You're confusing your subconscious. Stop looking for signs. It's literally jumping out of the end scene and jumping into it's not here yet, which is telling your mind it's not here. So guess what will happen when you look for signs? It won't be here. And most of the time, when you ask for a sign, you're manifesting a sign. So if you say, if I can see 11:11, that'll show me that I'm going to be happily married to John. All you manifest is seeing 11:11 after that. You've manifested 11:11. Then you've given it the meaning that it means that you and John are going to be happily married. It doesn't. It just means you manifested 11:11. Do you understand that? Does it make sense? That's why signs don't mean anything. Oh, yeah, we create the signs. Yeah, you create the signs. Neville says signs follow, they do not precede. Meaning they have to have, your thought of living in the end has to have come first before anything's going to show you that you're there. Okay? Don't look for signs, guys, and don't ask for them. It's literally telling your subconscious mind that it's not here yet. Why would you do that? You're manifesting the sign. Exactly. When I have a bad thought about myself, what can I do to erase those bad thoughts? Right, so this is why I'm saying you have to have affirmations ready so that when you have those negative thoughts, you can replace them straight away. So if you start thinking, I'm not good enough, no one loves me, you have the affirmation, I'm more than good enough and everyone loves me. I'm more than good enough. I'm perfection. Okay, you replace it straight away. So have those few affirmations that are really strong for you, for your self-concept. And as soon as you feel that thought, or you think that thought, jump in with your new affirmation and then you'll start feeling better. Okay, because your thoughts generate the feeling, the bad feeling that you're feeling. The thought came first. I feel like shit. I'm a piece of shit. And then you feel like shit. I'm not enough. And then you feel like crap. Okay? Start creating affirmations that really work for you and use those as your inner conversations during the day. Whenever you have a negative thought, replace it. Good affirmations, my dream home, please. I love my new house. I love my new house. My new house was so easy for me to get. I am living in my dream home. And see your home that you now are living in as that dream home. Okay? I'm fading, guys. I need a coffee. All right. 12 people. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining. So I have some more videos coming out today, tomorrow, and then tomorrow I'm going live Sunday night, 6 p.m. EST. Okay? I have some big, long series coming up of videos, how to get your ex back, how to get an apology. I'm going to do a self-concept one about building your self-concept because I think that's very important. I have how to affirm coming up. How to affirm properly. That goes about 12 videos. Okay, because they're only a minute long. It's 12 minutes. Okay, and please follow me because then you'll know when I go live and you'll know when the series are coming out because otherwise you'll just see one video, say, on your feed and you won't see the other 12. So that way you'll see the whole series about how to manifest your ex, how to manifest an apology, how to manifest, self-concept. Follow my account, and then I also go live randomly now every day at different times. I don't know when I'm going to go live. It just depends on when I'm free, and I'm doing it in different time zones. So please do follow me, and then you'll know when I'm live. All right, guys. I'm so helpful. Oh, that's good. Oh, thank you, guys. I'm glad this is helping. I'm happy to help. All right. See you guys. Follow me. Bye. Bye.